On attention to the health sector. Resident doctors in Nigeria say they will resume their suspended strike in 1 month should government fail to implement the latest memorandum of action to the latter. They also called for the removal of medical training from concurrent to the exclusive list to allow for universal implementation of the Medical Residency Training Act across the country. Correspondent Joke Adisa reports.
10 days of downing of work tools by the resident doctors, incapacitated government-owned hospitals, and many Nigerians suffered. The intervention of well-meaning Nigerians, including the House of Representatives, has now paid off. The resident doctors announced the suspension of the nationwide strike over the weekend.
5,000 naira to be exposed to COVID-19 infection, 500,000 naira to be exposed to Lassa fever, 5,000 naira to be exposed to Ebola.
But at this news conference, the leadership says the suspension is conditional.
NEC resolved to suspend the ongoing total and indefinite nationwide industrial action from Monday, 12th April 2021 for 4 weeks to give government room to sort out all pending issues as contained in the Memorandum of Action.
As part of the gains of the strike, it acknowledges the abolition of bench fees by the federal government for outside postings by resident doctors and the ongoing payment of salaries to some of its members being owed.
We are aware that in the House of Rep, House of Senate, in the upper and lower chambers, that even to buy newspapers for a month costs 1.2 million naira. All we ask is that we should be given at least 50% of our basic salary, since the National Health Insurance Scheme can barely cater for treating malaria.
The association calls on the central government to prevail on states owing members between 5 and 20 months' salaries to pay within the 1 month window of the suspended strike.
They urge the federal government to remove medical training from concurrent list to allow for universal implementation of the Medical Residency Training Act across the Federation, including states' training institutions.
They are grateful to all who stood by them, including Nigerians, and appealed to the authorities to make life more meaningful for them as they put their lives at risk in service to their fatherland. As part of measures to guarantee lasting industrial peace, the resident doctors urged strict execution of the latest Memorandum of Action within the next 1 month. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.